A major trouble spot for tractor trailers. Overheight trucks should turn right. Often the drivers don't.
It's happening right here at the viaduct on U of L's campus. And tonight it has our Scott Atkins asking just how safe is that rail underpass after the countless crashes.
Semis, 18-wheelers ignoring the signs. Just how many impacts can this viaduct take until there's a worst-case scenario? And could another hit cause a train derailment?
A trail of torn-off sheet metal and cargo leads to another wrong turn. Trailers buckled, roofs peeled off, snapshots of damage after Way3 documented truck drivers attempting to duck under an 11-foot clearance.
Most of the answers we get is, I thought I could have made it.
The Norfolk Southern Viaduct at 3rd and Eastern Parkway decapitates tall trucks in a violent can opener type crash.
Definitely driver fault.
It shouldn't be a surprise. An electronic sign on Eastern Parkway warns oncoming traffic. So why would any driver put a career on the line? Our cameras hitched a ride with driver Brian Blair. A sign on Eastern Parkway illuminates from a sensor, over height, turn right.
But it does not say the clearance of the bridge.
Until trucks arrive to the turn lane, it's too late.
If I wouldn't have known this area, I'd have probably made that turn. And then I'd have been stuck.
Cracks and chunks are knocked out of the bridge's concrete foundation.
Those are telltale signs that something had impacted it.
Norfolk Southern Bridge Supervisor Ian Crispin is often the one notified when an accident happens.
Just how many impacts can this bridge take from semis until something happens, something wrong?
I'd have to say that's an undetermined answer, but this is a very stout, strong bridge.
Even Crispin admits speed and a heavy load could knock what's called a through girder open deck bridge right off its bearings.
For example, they are doing construction on campus here. If one of the companies was to bring a large dozer or something that just is a solid piece of equipment, there is a good chance that it may disrupt the bearings.
It doesn't take a civil engineer to notice the damage after the crash.
There are pieces of the bridge that are bent.
But we asked one if there's cause for concern.
Sections of bridge that are in there are very stiff, very strong, so that the impacts that the cars and the trucks are hitting it with are relatively small compared to the strength that you have in the bridge.
And a solution is far from excavating pavement to increase clearance.
That whole area will flood out. Digging it down will exacerbate that particular problem.
Instead, McGinley suggests since unwitting drivers are ignoring warning signs, tractor trailers shouldn't be allowed in the area.
This is not a major thoroughfare, and we have to simply take those kind of vehicles off that road.
Until then, a viaduct will continue to whittle two tall trucks down to 11'8".
It is very tricky to come down in the city here, especially around this college.
Scott Atkins, Way3 News.
There are actually 3 clearance signs on 3rd Street as drivers approach the viaduct. 3rd Street is managed by the city, Eastern Parkway maintained by the state, and city and state personnel have increased signage recently to reduce the number of trucks slamming into that viaduct.
Working for